Welcome back. Now I'm joined by our final guests of the show, Glynis D'Souza and George Howe, who are members of Toastmasters International, which is a not-for-profit, volunteer-based education organization that empowers individuals to become more effective communicators and leaders. They're here today to talk about how Toastmasters benefits the community. Welcome to the show.
Thank you,
Thank
Roxanne.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So for those who don't know, tell us a bit about what Toastmasters is all about.
So Toastmasters is a leadership and communication organization that was started by Ralph C. Smedley, whose birthday happens to be today, February 22nd.
Ah, see, there you go.
Yeah.
It's meant to be.
What a coincidence.
That's right. And he started it actually at the YMCA for young men who want to improve their speaking because they wanted jobs. And then it evolved into something much more. And today it is a communication and leadership organization that teaches people how to be better communicators, but also leaders, and how to impact the community in a positive way.
And when did you first start Toastmasters, each of you?
Okay.
And why?
So in my case, I joined Toastmasters 6 years ago, and at that time I used to belong to a kind of corporate club. It was called Can Do Toastmasters. So I was always saying that I wanted to join Toastmasters, but I always say, oh, I don't have time, the work is too busy. But then I think sometimes you just have to find time, really, okay? But once you discover Toastmasters, it's such an amazing thing that you don't want to leave it. And you're so enthusiastic that you want to go and tell your friends, your neighborhood, your colleagues, really. You want to tell the whole world about, this Toastmasters. Thank you.
And yourself, Glynis?
I joined Toastmasters in July of 2010 simply because I wanted to improve my communication skills, but more importantly, I wanted to learn how to effectively listen and give feedback. Sometimes we talk too much and we don't listen. So Toastmasters has taught me how to listen and give feedback in an effective way. It also has now progressed for me from communication to leadership. I'm now Club Growth Director for the district, and my main mandate is to start new clubs. And that is why I'm so excited and passionate about building this Toastmaster program. We've started about 10 new clubs so far.
And Glynis, it says here that you are a distinguished Toastmaster, and you got your award just this past August. Tell us what it takes to achieve that, because I know there is quite a process.
Yes. So there are two tracks of kind of a train running on two tracks simultaneously. One is the communication track, where you'll need to give about a total of about 50 speeches from various manuals, starting from the Competent Communication Manual and then going on to different manuals. So in total, you'll end up giving about 50 speeches. But simultaneously on the leadership role, you also do things like club president, you have area director, you take on leadership roles, and once you complete the leadership as well as the communication projects, then you achieve your distinguished Toastmaster, which is the highest you can achieve.
Wonderful.
If I could just jump in here, because
Absolutely.
I think you said something very important, really. I want to just touch on the leadership aspect. So basically, you can't be a distinguished Toastmaster if you just know how to communicate. So you have to be a good communicator and a good leader. And really, I am really almost at the last checkpoint, if I may say so, because I am in the process of starting a new club. And we had our first launch meeting 2 weeks ago, and our next launch meeting will be tomorrow. And it is challenging in the sense that people don't know. And we need to have 20 members to be chartered. But once you get chartered, it means that I have then really completed all my leadership skills. Really, to be able to charter a new club is really the highest achievement that you could achieve as a Toastmaster. Because remember, you are now adding to that to the club, to the membership, and then basically you're offering that facility to the community. I just want to touch on something, because basically, as I say, I live in Oakville, and I got the mayor of Oakville to think that Toastmasters is really important. So last week, or on February the 13th, the mayor proclaimed March 2017 as Toastmasters Month in Oakville, and that's an amazing thing. What does it mean? It means that he encourages, he supports the contribution of Toastmasters program, and he's really it's an acknowledgement that Toastmasters Club are doing an enormous job for its members and also to the community at large, really. To get the endorsement of the mayor, that is really amazing.
That's big.
Yes, it's big. So basically, for me, I'm an engineer, by the way, so I engineered the two events to happen at the same time. I wanted that proclamation thing to happen at the same time as the launch of my club. Thank you.
And what strengths did you realize about yourself after joining Toastmasters?
What I want to say, let me just finish, okay? What I want to say is that what you learn is leadership skill, really. And it's not just geared to Toastmasters, you know. The skill is transferable. You could apply it really into, shall I say, any work situation and even any social situation. So I would say that you may be the most intelligent person, but if you cannot communicate, that's no good. In fact, Warren Buffett has to say something. He was saying that if there's one aspect that you could really increase your value is to be able to speak and to have leadership thing. So he was saying once you have this one, you increase your potential by a factor of 50%. If Warren Buffett says something, you better believe it.
And Glynis, in 10 seconds, how can people get involved in Toastmasters?
Well, what they can do is go to toastmasters.org. That's www.toastmasters.org. Click on Find a Club, and there put in your postal code. It'll take you to the nearest club near you. Go there, just go as a guest. You don't need to join. Test it out. And then at the end of the meeting, I can guarantee you'll see the VP membership and ask her, how can I join?
Beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Glynis and George, for coming on to the show. That about wraps up our show this week. We'll see you next time.